Hey there, YouTube fam, and welcome to a special edition of Pam Sime Vlog. I'm Lucas, and today, we're diving headfirst into the mysterious world of Friday the 13th. It's the day that's fascinated and spooked us for generations, and we're here to uncover its secrets, myths, and legends. From its origins to real-life stories, and maybe even a few surprises along the way, this video is your one-stop shop for all things Friday the 13th. So, if you're ready to embrace the superstition or just curious to learn more, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get started. It's time to unravel the mysteries of Friday the 13th. The fear of Friday the 13th, known as Paraskevidekatriaphobia, has several potential origins, although it's challenging to pinpoint a single source. Here are some theories. Christian traditions. In Christian tradition, Friday is often associated with bad luck because it is believed to be the day on which Jesus was crucified. Additionally, the number 13 has long been considered unlucky, possibly due to its association with the Last Supper, where there were 13 individuals present, including Judas Iscariot, who betrayed Jesus. Norse mythology. Some historians have linked the fear of Friday the 13th to Norse mythology. In Norse mythology, there is a story about a banquet in Valhalla attended by 12 gods. Loki, the trickster god, was not invited but crashed the party, making the total number of attendees 13. Chaos and disaster ensued, reinforcing the idea that the number 13 was unlucky. Numerology. The fear of the number 13, or Paraskevidekatriaphobia, is ancient and has existed independently of the fear of Friday. Numerologists have long associated the number 12 with completeness and harmony, 12 months, 12 zodiac signs, etc., and the number 13 disrupts this pattern, leading to superstition. Historical events. Some historians suggest that historical events and associations with the number 13 on Fridays, such as the arrest of the Knights Templar on Friday, October 13, 1307, contributed to the superstition. The combination of these various elements, along with cultural and historical influences, led to the fear of Friday the 13th as an especially unlucky day. Over time, this superstition has been popularized and has become deeply ingrained in Western culture, leading to the avoidance of certain activities or decisions on this date and day of the week. The urban legend surrounding Friday the 13th is a modern twist on the age-old superstitions about this date and day of the week. It's worth noting that urban legends are typically fictional stories that spread widely and are often intended to entertain, frighten, or caution people. In the case of Friday the 13th, there are various urban legends and myths associated with this supposedly unlucky day. The unlucky date. One common urban legend is that Friday the 13th is cursed, and many bad things are destined to happen on this day. People often share stories of accidents, misfortunes, and disasters that they claim occurred on Friday the 13th. These tales contribute to the fear and superstition surrounding the date. The haunted house. Another popular urban legend suggests that houses, hotels, or buildings with the number 13 in their address or room number are haunted or cursed. People tell stories of strange occurrences, ghostly apparitions, and eerie happenings in such locations. The mysterious origins. Some urban legends delve into the origins of the superstition itself. They may claim that a secret society or an ancient curse is responsible for making Friday the 13th an unlucky day, adding an element of mystery and intrigue to the legend. Dangerous activities. In some versions of the urban legend, people are warned against engaging in certain activities on Friday the 13th. These activities can range from not traveling, avoiding surgery, or refraining from making important decisions. Horror films. The urban legend of Friday the 13th has been popularized and perpetuated by the Friday the 13th film franchise. The iconic character Jason Voorhees and his mask-wearing, machete-wielding persona are linked to this date. The movies have contributed to the idea that Friday the 13th is a day associated with horror and violence. It's important to remember that these urban legends are mostly fictional and perpetuate the superstition surrounding Friday the 13th for entertainment or cautionary purposes. While some people may genuinely believe in the bad luck associated with this date, there is no scientific basis for these beliefs. Let's delve deeper into the urban legends surrounding Friday the 13th. The Curse of the Templars. One of the most elaborate urban legends suggests that the origins of the Friday the 13th superstition can be traced back to the arrest and persecution of the Knights Templar on Friday, October 13, 1307. According to this legend, the Templars were accused of heresy and dark rituals, and as a result, Friday the 13th became a day associated with bad luck. The Elevator Ritual. This urban legend claims that there's a supernatural and dangerous ritual one can perform in certain buildings with at least 10 floors. It involves pressing a sequence of buttons in an elevator, ultimately leading to an alternate dimension or encountering otherworldly entities. Some versions of this legend caution against attempting the ritual on Friday the 13th. Death predictions. Some urban legends suggest that people who are born on a Friday the 13th possess the ability to predict their own deaths. It's said that they will know the exact date of their demise, adding an eerie and fatalistic element to the superstition. Haunted artifacts. Legends abound about cursed or haunted objects that are linked to Friday the 13th. These objects can range from mirrors to paintings, and they are believed to bring bad luck or supernatural disturbances to those who possess them. The inauspicious marriage. There's a belief that getting married on Friday the 13th is a bad omen, as it's thought to lead to an unlucky or short-lived marriage. This notion discourages couples from choosing this date for their wedding. Full moon connection. Some urban legends connect Friday the 13th to full moons, suggesting that when a full moon falls on this date, it amplifies the bad luck and strange occurrences associated with the day. This adds an extra layer of superstition. These urban legends contribute to the mystique and fear surrounding Friday the 13th. While they are intriguing tales, it's essential to remember that they are largely fictional and serve as a form of entertainment, often shared for the thrill of storytelling rather than being rooted in historical or scientific fact. Friday the 13th has given rise to various myths and legends over the years, adding to its mystique. Here are some common myths associated with Friday the 13th. The origin myth. One enduring myth suggests that the superstition of Friday the 13th can be traced back to the arrest of the Knights Templar on Friday, October 13, 1307. This event is believed to have contributed to the idea that the combination of Friday and the number 13 is especially unlucky. Full moon connection. There is a myth that Friday the 13th is even more ominous when it coincides with a full moon. This idea links lunar phases with increased superstition surrounding the date. Cursed objects. Some myths claim that certain objects or artifacts are cursed and bring bad luck if associated with Friday the 13th. This includes everything from mirrors and paintings to specific numbers. Global bad luck. Some people believe that Friday the 13th is universally an unlucky day, and that bad things are more likely to happen worldwide on this date. This is a general myth perpetuated by superstition. The widespread fear. It's often mythologized that Friday the 13th causes widespread fear and panic. In reality, while some people are superstitious about the date, many others don't pay much attention to it. These myths contribute to the intrigue and fear surrounding Friday the 13th. While they may make for fascinating stories and urban legends, they lack scientific basis and are not universally accepted as truth. Friday the 13th is associated with various superstitions and beliefs in different cultures. Here are some common superstitions related to this date. Bad luck. The most well-known superstition is that Friday the 13th is an inherently unlucky day. Many people avoid making important decisions, traveling, or starting new ventures on this date. 13 at a table. It's considered unlucky to have 13 people sitting at a table together, as it's believed that one of them will die within the year. Black cats. Black cats are often associated with bad luck. Crossing paths with a black cat on Friday the 13th is thought to bring misfortune. Breaking a mirror. Breaking a mirror on this day is believed to bring 7 years of bad luck, similar to the general superstition about breaking mirrors. Avoiding mirrors. Some people avoid looking at their reflection in a mirror on Friday the 13th, as it's thought to bring bad luck. Avoiding travel. Many individuals choose not to travel on Friday the 13th due to fears of accidents or mishaps. Weddings. In some cultures, getting married on Friday the 13th is considered unlucky, and many couples avoid scheduling weddings on this date. Superstitions in buildings. Some buildings skip the 13th floor in their numbering, going from 12 to 14, to avoid the superstition. Knocking on wood to ward off bad luck. People may knock on wood or say, "knock on wood," after mentioning something they hope won't go wrong, even on Friday the 13th. Ladders. Walking under ladders is generally considered bad luck, and this superstition is often associated with Friday the 13th as well. It's important to note that superstitions vary from culture to culture, and while many people take them seriously, there's no scientific basis for these beliefs. Friday the 13th remains a date steeped in superstition and mystery. Friday the 13th has been associated with various notable events, both good and bad, throughout history. Here are some examples. Black Friday stock market crash. 1929. The most infamous event associated with Friday the 13th is the stock market crash of 1929, which marked the beginning of the Great Depression in the United States. Uruguay plane crash. 1972. On Friday, October 13, 1972, a Uruguayan rugby team's plane crashed in the Andes Mountains. The survivors faced extreme conditions and had to resort to cannibalism to survive, a harrowing ordeal later recounted in the book and movie Alive. Buckingham Palace bombing. 1982. On July 13, 1982, during a changing of the guard ceremony at Buckingham Palace, the Irish Republican Army, IRA, detonated a bomb. Several people were injured, but no one was killed. Freak storm in Buffalo. 2006. In October 2006, a freak snowstorm hit Buffalo, New York, on Friday the 13th, dumping nearly 2 feet of snow in some areas and causing widespread power outages. Positive events. Not all events on Friday the 13th are negative. Some people embrace the date for various reasons, such as getting married, starting businesses, or celebrating special occasions. This challenges the superstition associated with the day. It's essential to remember that while these events are associated with Friday the 13th, they don't necessarily confirm the superstition of the day being unlucky. Many events, both positive and negative, happen on all calendar dates, And the fear of Friday the 13th is largely a superstition rather than a reflection of statistical evidence. Certainly, many positive events have also occurred on Friday the 13th. It's important to emphasize that the superstition surrounding this date is not based on concrete evidence of bad luck. Here are a few examples of positive events that have taken place on Friday the 13th. Apollo 14 landing, 1971. On Friday, February 13, 1971, the Apollo 14 mission successfully landed on the Moon. Astronauts Alan Shepard and Edgar Mitchell conducted moonwalks and experiments. Birthdays and celebrations. Many individuals celebrate their birthdays, weddings, and other special occasions on Friday the 13th, considering it a unique and memorable date. Positive scientific discoveries. Throughout history, significant scientific discoveries have been made on this date, contributing to our understanding of the world. Art and entertainment, movies, albums, and artworks have been released on Friday the 13th, becoming popular and well-received by audiences. Positive personal achievements. For many people, Friday the 13th is just another day, and they experience positive events, such as receiving job offers, achieving personal milestones, or winning awards. These examples highlight that Friday the 13th is not universally a day of bad luck, and it can be a day of great significance and positivity for many individuals and events. And that wraps up our journey into the world of Friday the 13th. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. If you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our explorations of the strange and mysterious. Until next time, stay curious and embrace the mysteries of the world. Thanks for joining us on Pam Sime Vlogs Friday the 13th Special Edition.